Hi, welcome back. Parvez here. This is part 12 of PHP for Beginner series. In this tutorial, we're gonna learn how if, else if and else statement works. While writing code to develop website, there will be situation where you will want to execute some statements based on a condition. If that condition satisfy, then only you want to execute that code. For that, we use conditional statements. If is one of the conditional statement. Let's see how to write if statement. So first write if, then open and close round brackets, then open and close curly braces, and within this round brackets there will be condition or conditions. This is the syntax of if statement. Now let's talk about each and everything in if statement. The first is if. This is language construct which is followed by opening and closing round brackets, and inside round brackets we write one or more conditions depending upon our requirement. And here opening and closing bracket is a body of if statement. There are many ways to write conditions that we will see in upcoming videos. In this video we will learn how this works. Here we can write expressions. That expression or condition returns either true or false. If that condition is true, then it returns true, otherwise false. And the body of the if statement contains the statements that we want to execute if the condition is true. So let's say here the condition is true, so the expression will return true. And inside here in the body of if statement we want to execute few lines. As of now I am just printing basic stuffs. This is first statement. Copy paste it that as second statement. Now since the condition in the if statement is true, so this will execute the body of if statement. Here give one break. Now let's save it and run it. Yeah, both the statement is executed. Now let's say here the condition returns the value as false. Let's write false. Now let's see what happens. Now let's run it. Now nothing has displayed. Now we can say that if condition becomes false, then the body of if condition doesn't executed. Here in the if condition or conditions will return either true or false. If the expression is true, then it will return true, else it will return false, nothing else. Now we have seen that. Now let's say a scenario where we want to execute some statements when this if condition is false. So for that else comes into the picture. So write else, and then there will be no condition because else part will be executed when if part becomes false. It will just have a body. When the if condition becomes false, then the else part will be executed. So let's print a simple message as else is executed. Now let's save it and run it. Else part is executed. So when the condition was false, then the else part was executed. Let's try it by making it true. Now let's save it and run it. Now this is showing the body of if statement. So if the condition of if statement is true, and the rest will be ignored. Here in this case we are evolving condition only once, that is in the if. Let's say we want to evaluate another condition. So for that else if part comes into the picture. So for that write else if, and then open and close round brackets, and then opening and closing curly braces, and inside round brackets there will be condition or conditions. Here again the condition or conditions will return either true or false. The body of else if part will also have some statements. So let's say the statements are to print, this is else if part. Now let's say the condition of if statement returns false, then it will go to the else if part here, and then it will evaluate the condition. Let's say the condition here is true. Once it is true, then the body of else if statement will be executed. Now let's check it. So save it and execute it. This is else if part, this is second statement. So if the condition of if part is false, then it will go to the else if part and it will check. If it is true, then it will execute its body. Now let's say the condition of else if part is also false. Then let's see what happens. So execute it. It is showing else part is executed. So when both these conditions are false, then ultimately else condition will be executed. We may have as many as else if part we want, but there will be only one else part for one if condition. Now let's see one tricky situation where the if statement returns true and else if also returns true. The question arises, which body will be executed, whether it is if's body or else if's body. For that, let's save it and execute it. This is first statement, this is second statement. That means the body of if statement is executed. That is because once one condition becomes true, then after that all the statements will be ignored. Since the if statement returns the true, then the body of statement is executed, and no matters what the other statement's condition returns, those will be ignored. In this tutorial we have seen how this works. However, we will take examples of the conditions in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, guys.